Well, um, I got a problem, Beast.
Problem? What problem?
Yeah, I have a very big problem. Um, I bought all this knockoff. France won the World Cup gear. Weeks before
Yeah.
it happened because France is going to win the cup, obviously. And then we had a very big problem.
Hmm.
Um, I don't know if I saw this right because I'm still.
Hmm.
I just decided to continue the Knicks celebration
Oh yeah, you're still
beyond it.
you're still smoking the De'Aaron Fox. You're still smoking the
I've
De'Aaron.
actually I've actually moved on to Stephen Castle.
Oh, now we're doing Castle.
This is Stephen Castle now.
Oh,
We
even
had
better.
to move on. We had to find a different strain of Spur. Um, but then I thought the strain was too much because Castle's family comes from Far Rock, so near and dear to my Far Rock, strong strong strain right there.
Well, his father. Yes, yes.
Yeah, his father comes from Far Rockaway. He was seahorse. Played Far Rockaway High School.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
but I thought I saw something, and Matt, is Matt O Boyle here? Or Beast, did you get Matt?
Yes, we
Matty,
did.
Matty,
We
are
got
you
our
here?
man. We got our man, our soccer expert, our man from the New Yorker Sports Rant, former host, Mighty Sports Express podcast. Matt O'Boyle is here with us.
Good, good, Matt,
Hello.
because you are Matt. You're my mentor. You're my teacher. You taught me how to do radio and podcasting through all forms of inebriation. So, um, did the country with the red and yellow flag beat the country with the red, white, and blue flag yesterday? Did this actually happen?
It sure did.
I can't even believe it either.
Um,
Yeah.
Sure
so
did.
Mbappe really looked like he did playing in like he does when he plays in Europe, not like when he plays in Worlds. We actually saw Premier League Mbappe.
Well, he doesn't play in the Premier League. He plays in La Liga, but
Yeah, but
in Spain, not in England though.
Yeah.
But
oh,
the premise is the same. I mean, no, they Spain was clearly better. There's
Yeah.
that not much more to say than that. France was particularly poor, and
Yeah.
Spain was particularly good.
And this is after they took Morocco out 2-0, and Mbappe had that ridiculous goal from the 60th minute. He had that ridiculous long distance goal that only the great players can ever kick.
Yeah,
I mean, only
yeah.
a perfect strike you could kick.
Yeah, I listen. I got it wrong because I thought for sure France was going to cruise to winning the World Cup. I got it wrong. Spain played great. The midfield for Spain was fantastic. They completely outclassed France. Um, they made it really difficult for France's attackers to generate, opportunities in the final third of the pitch. And then, Spain's back line and defense was strong. So
yeah.
yeah, and they
They
France got outclassed Spain. There's really no other way to talk about it.
And
It
to
was,
think, at one point, their mighty defense that never gives up goals gave up one against Belgium the
yeah,
round before, and you thought, okay, Belgium's going to find a way to steal this thing after they beat the U.S. And Spain got a goal in the 88th minute and was
yep.
able to knock off Belgium 2-1.
I mean, if you look, I'm trying to remember if I saw the number correctly. I think it's now 37 matches unbeaten.
Unbeaten, that's correct
Yeah,
for Spain.
for Spain. Now
Yes.
they don't.
Jesus.
It's not always what you would call like beautiful, like oh this team displays this amazing style and it's free flowing and everything else, but they know how to get it done and they got it done. I never doubted they were good. I just thought France was better, but
Yeah.
not yet, not in not yesterday they weren't.
I mean, look, there were a few moments where you thought maybe France was going to surprise us. I think goalie came out of the net. That easily could have turned into a goal if you weren't
Yeah,
careful. That could have easily been that. But again,
Now,
Spain was ready.
was this a case of everybody? Because Matt, you were definitely not alone in this opinion. Okay. Was this a case of everybody having rose-colored glasses on when it comes to other teams and them just forgetting who the best in the world really is right now?
Well, I can't say that because, now granted, a few teams had trouble. Like Spain struggled against Cape Verde, as an example. Now,
Yeah.
we're not.
Exactly. I saw that too. I mean, like, I mean, we're not wrong to think like, because I'm trying to see where did we get it wrong here? Because Belgium legit almost took Spain out.
Yeah, look, it was this simple. France only had one match prior to the match against Spain where they didn't look overwhelming, where they won 1-0 against
Paraguay.
Paraguay. Yeah. Um, Other than that, they were pretty comfortable.
They never trailed. They had never trailed in a game.
They were pretty comfortable, and like even if you take like Dembele, like take Dembele out of the equation. I mean, sorry, Mbappe out of the equation. Dembele is the reigning Ballon d'Or winner. Michael Olise might win the Ballon d'Or this year. Um, they have like a kind of back and forth between Desiree Doué and Bradley Barcola on the other wing. And then, of course, yes, you have Mbappe down the middle. I mean, it's just an insanity how good their attack is. And you just felt like I did at least anyway, that if Mbappe struggles, somebody else
Yeah.
will pick up the torch, and
It's never happened.
yeah, it just never happened.
Yeah. And not only did that happen for France, we also had Switzerland after they came off that big penalty kick win over Colombia. They got hit with a red card, played down, and Argentina basically took them out late and beat them 3-1.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and what we saw today. I mean, this Argentine side is just
Yeah.
battle
Well,
tested. When you're the reigning World Cup champions, it's something that all these I think almost every player on the like sort of match day roster, the starting 11 and then substitutes. I think they were almost all with the team in 2022.
hmm,
Um, and so, they've been through this before and they
absolutely.
know it's never over. And you still have that little magician on the right wing
Yeah.
who,
Yeah.
even when he doesn't score goals, he creates goals for somebody else.
He didn't do it in the last game. He pretty much had maybe an assist or two the previous game with Switzerland. We'll get to the meat of today's games from the Final Four. We'll get to that in just a sec. But yeah, Messi has really done about every little thing to win the games. If it doesn't involve him scoring, no
Yeah,
problem. And then of course the England Norway game that was crazy. That
yeah,
one
You
two
know,
one. England took out Norway, and Norway's going to be haunted for the
you know
whole
what?
cup of that pass from Holland that
No,
he
can
never
we
came.
say the truth? Norway took out Norway because, or Holland took out Norway because instead of thinking about making the proper pass to get the correct shot on goal, he was just thinking about everybody copying his hair on the internet and everybody's Facebook profile pictures being his hair, and
Yeah,
everybody making IG photos
yeah.
and TikTok videos of
This was
themselves
Alexander
with his hair.
This was Alexander Sorloth who didn't make that pass to Holland on a potential 2-1 situation. 2-1.
Nah, just
yeah.
unreal, man.
I don't. I'm not. I'm not going to blame Holland. I mean, first of all, his club career is just insane. How many titles he's won, including a treble with Manchester City, where he won the
Hmm.
Champions League, the Premier League, and the FA Cup. He is. He's not. He hasn't even scratched the surface yet of the player he's going to end up becoming. He might. I mean, conceivably, might score more goals than Cristiano Ronaldo,
Hmm.
which is insane.
He's only
He,
25 years old. He's basically about as old as Balogun.
Yeah, I mean I think the world of the kid. Even though I'm obviously as a Liverpool supporter, I'm not a big fan of Manchester City, but
Mhm.
he's spectacular. And I'll say this now. I said it to a friend of mine because her son is like his doppelganger. He looks exactly like him. And that was going back years ago. Not like
Mhm.
he didn't just like fall into this. He's got like the pin straight, like blonde hair, and even facial structure wise, somebody said something. Well, he's Norwegian and he's Irish.
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
he was born in Yorkshire, England. That's the
yeah,
crazy thing. He was born in
but
Leeds, England,
yeah,
but moved to Holland, but moved to
yeah,
Norway at 3.
yeah, and but people forget the Vikings invaded Ireland, so we're like, there might be some Viking blood in the family. Let's be honest, it's not inconceivable.
No.
But I think he stole the World Cup. I think Cape Verde as the team were the team that people like 5 years from now. You ask people what do they remember about the World Cup, other than the winner. They'll remember the run that Cape Verde had, how great they played. Uh, Not only through the group stage where they fought tooth and nail, but then in the round of 32.
Absolutely.
Uh,
Yeah.
and
They didn't get their butts handed to them. I told
No.
you
No.
they were gonna scrap, they were gonna fight, they were gonna claw, and they weren't gonna embarrass themselves.
No,
oh,
look,
they were great.
Cape
And
Verde was great. I have no issue with Cape Verde.
yeah,
But,
and
yeah, sorry, Matt, go ahead.
sorry, and no, and I think Holland has well, yeah, like won the hearts of Americans
He
with
did.
like the whole like his whole journey
Yeah.
with getting a cowboy hat, and then you can all kiss my Dallas and his cowboy boots and eating barbecue and all that sort of stuff. He's really he embraced the United States,
All the
and
Norwegian fans seem to embrace
yeah,
it. Everywhere you look, and that was one of the nice feel good stories for Norway throughout this whole run.
yeah,
You were
absolutely.
seeing the Norway fans at Met games. You were seeing the Norway fans on the trains, on the subway. You were seeing the Norway fans go all over promoting their little Viking rowing the boat
So,
type of
Absolutely.
chanting.
Absolutely. So, there's always that's what you hope for because, you know, ultimately getting Argentina and Spain in the finals is not shocking.
Mm,
No.
It's not like there's like this unicorn that's in the finals. It's the reigning Euro winners versus the reigning World Cup winners. So that's not surprising. So you try to find storylines
mm,
throughout, the tournament. Sometimes it's a bad one, like Uruguay pissing all over themselves,
mm.
pretty much,
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
to the point where they have to fly home on commercial flights because Uruguay Football Association refuses to pay for a private jet
Oh God.
because
And then
they were so bad. But then you get the good storylines,
yeah.
and that was certainly a good one.
So
And by the
now,
way, I want to give
yeah,
it. Hold on, I just want to do something really, really fast because Beast, you and I had a conversation, and Matt, I want to thank you because I think you and this World Cup conversation has been a big, big part of this. I want to
yeah,
thank all of the new countries,
yes,
all of the English. I believe we've hit every English-speaking country in Africa during this World Cup
we've hit a good
time.
chunk of it. Yeah, we've hit more than half of Africa. I think because the World Cup definitely covering the World Cup has been a big deal. We've hit a great deal of Europe now over the last little while. We've hit a great chunk of Asia, parts of the world I never thought we'd hit
Oh,
when we
that's great.
first began this. It's really tremendous.
That's awesome.
So I want to thank all of the people all around the world who have been tuning in for World Cup coverage, and we promise you when big tournaments around the world come up, Matt O Boyle will come on and he will give you all the information you need to know and that we need to know so
Yes.
that you can go out there, place your bets, and do
Hmm.
whatever you need to do. He's going to get you the most up to date information.
The Copa America
We're
Cup will be the
downtown.
next one. That's going to be the next one in a few months. Will be the Copa America Cup.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then I think next summer, I believe, should be the next Euros, I think.
Let's make sure
Mm.
the
I think it's next summer. I could be wrong. It's supposed to be every 2 years, I believe.
Let's
Yeah,
see.
Euros
Yep,
we
you
got
have you have the UEFA European Under 21 Championship. That's for 20. Yes, that's you're talking about the Under 21 Euro 2027.
I thought the regular one. Maybe that's 28. That might be 28, maybe.
Yeah, it
yeah.
must be that.
So
Yeah, that's. Oh, yeah, I'm thinking of that. This is another. Yeah, that was a completely
and
different
we got
sport.
hell, Africa, Asia. We've got
Yep, this is the one for
everywhere
soccer.
around the
Yep,
world.
Yeah,
Soccer.
yep. That'll
If
be June 9th to
soccer is
July
happening,
9th. June 9th to July 9th in England. So it'll be in all the provinces of the United Kingdom. England, Scotland, Wales, and the Republic of Ireland will
yeah,
host the UEFA in 2028.
yeah.
and the
That
next world. And by the way, the next World Cup will be 2030 in the Iberian Peninsula and
about
Morocco.
Morocco, Spain, and Portugal.
9 different countries. It feels like.
Look, it's good to see that they're trying to expand soccer around the globe. It's always been a big deal in Europe. It's been a big deal in South America, and it's
Yeah.
becoming now a thing
Well,
in Africa, and it's rising a bit in the middle. In the Middle East, it's been there
Well,
always.
no,
So
you know what they finally did? I think they finally are gonna get the MLS some freaking eyes.
well, they've already been doing that. Messi's been playing in MLS for the last little while. Many of the players on the United States team have spent time playing in MLS and, of course, playing overseas.
there's also rumors now too that Mohamed Salah could be headed to the MLS.
Okay.
Sporting Kansas City
That would
has
make sense.
has, has pushed to the forefront
Hmm.
as a possible destination. Now, it's all relevant to how much is the money that
Hmm.
how important is the money because if
Yeah.
it's about the money, it's going to be in Saudi Arabia.
Hmm.
Now he'll get paid a bundle because they have uh, clauses on the teams in MLS where you can pay certain like Messi makes an exorbitant amount of money. There's like you can pay certain players like above and beyond. There, I forget exactly what the clause is called. I should know it off the top of my head, but and like there, whether it was Thomas Mueller who went to Vancouver, Hin Song who went to LAFC, Messi obviously, and he brought in Busquets and a couple of the other guys from Barcelona.
Yeah.
They were there. So
Messi
like
current. Hmm.
there's a few players that you can pay above and beyond. And then obviously you have guys that are at like, a couple $100,000 a year.
Messi currently plays for Inter Miami,
Yeah.
and he led them in
Yeah.
2025 to winning the MLS Cup
Yeah.
one
And
year ago.
his numbers were just comical.
It's otherworldly what Messi
Yeah.
has done. It's otherworldly what he does.
They were like video game numbers. How good he was. You're like, that
Hmm.
can't be real. Yeah, it is.
Well,
Yeah.
the MLS plays differently. It's not the
They
same
don't
in international soccer.
yeah.
It's not quite the
It's
same.
pace and defending aren't as important. Just put it in the back of the net kind of thing. Like
Yeah. Well, I know in international play they do this, but it's surprising why in the World Cup they don't quite do this. The aggregate score.
yeah.
How come that's not? I've always been kind of fascinated about that. They, because you'll play ties in the round robin stage, and you'll advance on goal differential. How come we don't do the aggregate score like they do the aggregate in MLS? They do the aggregate in international
Well,
competitions.
they got rid of it. Well, okay. So in the Champions League, it used to be so like if just a hypothetical
Yeah.
when Liverpool played against Barcelona and they lost, that was in the Camp Nou
Hmm.
in Barcelona, Spain. They lost 3-0, right?
Hmm.
Um, so when they went back to Anfield for the second leg, if Barcelona got one goal, technically they would have been up 4.5
Hmm.
because away goals are worth like they were. They're not anymore. They changed
Yeah.
that whole rule. Now it's just flat aggregate.
Yeah.
But like at the time, so Liverpool were not only down 3 goals to none, but if they gave up a goal, then they were almost down 5 goals,
Yeah.
basically.
Well,
You know, Liverpool come back, they score 4 goals, they don't give up any, they advance. But they got rid of the away goal. So the aggregate is just a flat aggregate.
yeah,
Like
because it used to give a certain unfair advantage if you do it if you score more goals on the road than if you're scoring at
exactly.
home.
Yeah.
That's what it
Now
was. Yeah,
now it's just what the score is. That's
that's
it.
fair. That's how it should be. That's how it
They
should always
yeah,
be.
they threw that out. They got
Yeah.
rid of it. The premise of it was, I guess, because they didn't want to drag out the fixtures like too long, kind
Yeah.
of thing. So they just turned it into a flat aggregate. It's
Yeah.
if you play 2 matches,
Yeah.
this is
The
the
best
total.
goals, the best total score from
Yeah,
goals
that's it.
scored in both games is the
Yeah,
aggregate score.
yeah. I mean, it's tough to do it in a World Cup situation because I don't know. You can't, the idea. So the FA Cup used to do replays, which were called. Basically, the premise was if Manchester United plays Leeds, right? That's a big rivalry,
Hmm.
and they draw 2-2. Then
Hmm.
they would play, and that was at say at Ellen Road.
Yeah, and then the road team would get the benefit of
No,
being the
no,
tiebreaker.
no,
No, no,
no, no.
no.
They would have to. No, then they would play replay. So like
Oh.
the first leg would be at Ellen Road, which is Leeds Stadium.
Hmm.
Uh, if they tied 2-2 against Manchester United, they would then play a week later at
Mm.
Old Trafford. They
Right.
got rid of that. They
Mm.
now just go to extra time and a shootout if necessary
Penalty kicks.
because
Fair
it was
enough.
proving to be too much of a grind.
Yeah, it's too long. You're playing 90-minute games 3 times when you only are going to do it twice,
Yeah, yeah.
and you're just going to run people into the ground doing that.
No, no, it was no. You were only playing 2 matches, but even that because if you look at like the idea of like Leeds is in a promotion challenge, like let's say they're in the championship and they're trying to get promoted to the Premier League. Manchester United is fighting for the league or Champions League qualification. So like they already have enough on their plate. So like let's just wrap this up in 190 minute plus extra time and call it a day.
Fair enough.
So they got rid of the replay aspect.
All right. Well, look, with the World Cup in 4 years, they're going to expand. I believe they're going to what, 64 teams
Yeah,
in
it sounds like
2030,
60. It sounds like 64,
which
which
is
I
going to be crazy.
I think it's too much. I have to be honest with you. I think it's too much.
Well, I
I
mean, they
think
want to give other countries a chance, right? We want to expand the sport, right? I mean,
no, that's not what it is. This isn't about
No,
fairness. This is about FIFA making more money. That's all it
of
is.
course. Yeah, yeah, you're about right there.
I'd be
Yeah.
amazed if aggregate score comes into play for this in
Oh,
four
I
years,
don't
if that's what they're going to do. I don't know. Maybe I'm
FIFA
I
just throwing
making
it out
more
there.
money. Didn't that guy try to hand the keep on trying to hand the trophy to Selma Hayek, and she didn't want to take it, the World Cup trophy, because you're not supposed to touch that thing. It's like tradition that no one's supposed to touch the trophy
Hmm.
besides the president of FIFA, except for whoever the champions are
well,
Only a select few,
that
yeah. Only a select few are
season.
permitted to touch it. You are correct with their bare hands. Only a select few. World Cup winning players, coaches, heads of state, and FIFA executives.
yeah.
Yes.
The if you have Netflix, there's I think it's on Netflix. There's a crazy documentary about the guy who ran FIFA prior to Johnny Infantino taking over. And he was considered he was brought up on like corruption and everything else. And
Hmm.
when Infantino came in, it was like, oh, Law and Order. Yeah, yeah, okay, good, yeah, good luck.
That guy is Law and
Oh
Order.
God.
I
Wow.
watch the documentary. I can't. I'm not gonna
Well,
go down the rabbit hole of trying to explain that.
well, the cup itself is made of 18 karat gold, is what I've been reading, which is really amazing. It's actually made from real gold. It's not
Yeah,
some
no,
non-precious metals. It's real gold, and I understandably so why we have to carry it with white gloves, and you don't want, everybody touching with greasy, grimy hands if
still not
it's
the
not theirs.
Stanley. It's still not the Stanley Cup. I don't care.
Well, no, it's not, but
No,
still,
I'm
Stanley Cup
kidding.
is the most prestigious prize I think, in my opinion, you could ever win is the Stanley
Yeah.
Cup. There's no
At
doubt
least it's
about
a
it.
trophy. It is. It's like the coolest thing ever. You can also drink out
Yeah.
of
You can drink out of it, of course. You can drink out of it. Well, Well, you can't drink out of the World Cup. Yeah, it's a shame.
No, you can't drink out of that thing.
Can't drink out of the Lombardi Trophy. Can't
Nope.
drink out of
Nope.
Major League Baseball Trophy or the
Nope. Nope.
Larry Brown.
O'Brien, the Larry O'Brien Trophy. Nope. Well,
No,
well, the
can't drink
Knicks at
out of
least are
any of
parading
those.
town. At least the Knicks are parading through town with it, which I love. All right,
Yes, which is great.
now let's get to the Final Four and recap what we saw today. And it was crazy to set up the stage for the championship. It will be in the Meadowlands Sunday, MetLife Stadium, New York, New Jersey Stadium. I'm sorry, we're not going to call it MetLife, New York, New Jersey Stadium for the 19th of July. And let's start with the
Why can't we call it MetLife anymore?
because FIFA doesn't like using advertising names in there with the stadiums. They have to
Unless
be.
you get paid for it.
All right, so it's Snoopy Park. How about that?
It's New York, New Jersey Stadium. So Atlanta.
Snoopy Park.
So when they played when Argentina played today in Atlanta, they were not playing in Mercedes-Benz or whatever it was, Superdome, whatever you call it. Atlanta Stadium. That's it. They're calling it Atlanta Stadium.
Snoopy Park.
Not Snoopy Park. Okay, well, however you want to slice it. But anyway. But yeah, let's discuss that. By the way, we're talking with Matt O Boyle, Jonathan Perry, NTBC the East, Mouth the South, John Schiavone, Downtown Sports, where sports come home. And if you are England, you had the lead 1-0, about 85th minute, and two quick goals by Argentina in a span of 6 minutes and 24 seconds. And England's going home. Crushing. Crushing.
I, 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 I think you just summed it right up there. Yeah, I mean, I
Yeah.
don't. If listen, there was a great internet meme, uh, and I apologize prematurely because I don't like to use vulgarity, but it was a picture of an Irish nun, and the caption was England going to the World Cup final, and underneath it just said, "Oh, for fuck's sake."
Oh my God.
That is exactly how every Irish person on earth felt. Like I'm sorry, I can't root for England. I just can't do it.
I know.
Ireland's terrible. I mean, don't get me wrong, but I can't. It's not even so much the players because I actually like uh, quite a few of the players on the England squad,
Yeah.
but it's the arrogance that we've seen over the years with football's coming home and all this nonsense. They've been singing that since 1960. They've dropped the ball in finals of the Euros. They've dropped the ball in semi-cup finals of the World Cup.
Mm-hmm.
But you hear just the incessant, like, "Oh, we're the best team on earth." Like, all right, show us.
England lives and breathes soccer. It's understandable.
Yeah,
they live and breathe this sport every day.
Yeah, but I'm not saying that they don't have a right to think that their team is really good, but it should be a bit of show me, don't tell me.
Yeah.
Like
Just a question from the peanut gallery in the back over here. Didn't Harry Kane have to score 2 goals in like the 80th minute?
That
in
was
the round
Bellingham. That was
32?
Bellingham. Well, didn't Bellingham? Oh no, Bellingham against England. That was against Norway. Bellingham did that.
No, didn't somebody from England in the round of 32 have to
Yeah,
score a couple goals to
Harry
get them
Kane.
out of there?
Ivory Coast.
Yeah, that was the one.
Yeah.
Harry Kane had to do that. Yeah.
Harry Kane had to do that to get them out of losing to freaking Ivory Coast.
And England had to travel to Azteca in Mexico, dealing with the high altitude, and they pulled that one.
Ivory Coast almost knocked their asses out in the round of 32.
Okay.
It's very
if
good.
not for them scoring in like the 80th minute.
Okay.
A bunch of goals.
And Egypt almost knocked out Argentina 2 rounds ago. All right, Egypt was up 2-0. They should have taken out Argentina right there and didn't and lost.
No, but my point is this was like the perfect reversal
to happen to
of
England.
What should have, yeah, round of
Well,
32. Here you go,
well,
right back for
you
you.
know, it's a grind to go to win the FIFA World Cup is a grind. You're playing 90 plus minutes a game, sometimes 120 minutes. You know, these players only are going to get how much rest in between rounds going into the knockout stage. You get a lot of time off during the round robins. But yeah, this is imagine you have to go up and down the soccer field for 90 minutes a game.
I
Talk
mean,
about
Argentina
cardio.
had to do that, and they
Okay, well,
won.
Argentina outgrinded opponents. That's how they won because their opponents took their foot off the gas.
Isn't
They got
that
tired.
what England does, quote unquote? I mean, you're sitting here defending
England
the
just
team
finally
that
ran it.
lost, bro.
England just finally hit a wall, and more importantly, England after they scored their goal today. And Matt, I think you and me were talking about this before we came on. England kind of got too lax the rest of the game. They just
Yeah,
didn't. They just kept defending more than attacking.
it's similar to like when you watch a team in like the NFL.
Yeah,
You get like a lead at the half, and they're up, whatever, 14
yeah,
points,
yeah.
17 points,
Right.
and they're like, we're going to be conservative here,
Yeah,
and
conservative.
we're gonna, we're just gonna run run the football and kind of hunker down.
Why would you do that if you knew Messi was on the other side of the field?
Because listen, I think the one concern I've always had with this England side is Tuchel never really knew what his best 11 was. Now there were injuries, of course, and
Mm-hmm.
you have to adjust. To you can't account for whether it was Reece James getting hurt, uh,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's Bukayo Saka not being 100%. Like we can go through the litany of injuries, but he never got comfortable. It seemed like with any like particular 11, there was a lot of shuffling. Um, with like as an example, like with Argentina today, that was pretty much that's their 11. I mean, there might be a change, one or two changes, but Messi's going to be on the right.
Yep.
That like Enzo Fernandez, Alexis McAllister, they're going to be in the midfield. The defenders that are going to be back there.
Mm-hmm.
Like you kind of know, like this is pretty much what they do. Now, Lautaro Martinez, who ended up scoring the game winner,
Yep.
came off the bench.
Mm-hmm.
And my lord, yeah, like a friend of mine came up with the term a long time ago when musicians are like just showing off like how good they are. He's like, Root Palm, no hands. Like when you were like riding a roller coaster or whatever else. Lionel Messi put that on the plate with his weak foot from Lautaro Martinez. He jabbed left and then crossed back to himself onto his right foot and
Mm-hmm.
drove towards the byline and put an absolute worldie on a plate for Lautaro Martinez. I mean, the Enzo Fernandez goal, the one that leveled it at one, that was just a thunderbolt. He just put Messi put it out there, right pace, you know, put it right into his path, and he just smashed the heck out of it.
That was right after he hit a goalpost barely
Yes,
seconds before that one.
McAllister had hit
Oh,
the goal.
McAllister had the
Yeah,
goalpost. Yeah.
had hit the goalpost. But it doesn't matter. It's the same. It's the same premise. Um, but the game winning goal. I mean, if Lautaro Martinez missed that, he would not sleep
Oh,
for 5 years.
no.
I mean, it was right there. I mean, and that's how good Messi is. That's not even his strong foot. That's his weak foot. Like you kidding me? Like this guy doesn't even have to use his best foot to put in a cross like that. Unbelievable.
Crazy.
So let's get to Saturday
Yes.
real fast.
The
I can't
third
believe I'm saying this, but the battle of the
the
favorites,
third place game. Yes.
the third place game, the battle of the favorites, the one that we thought we were seeing on Sunday, we get a day early.
Yep.
Uh, that'll be the preview of the championship game on Sunday. The Battle of the Channel.
Mm.
France versus England. And at this point, I'm done trying to predict these games because I don't know the rosters well enough. All I know is one bad game does not a team define, and England's had multiple while France has had one. I'd say it's France, but I'm probably dead wrong. Guys, your thoughts?
I think it's hard to really make a prediction about a match that doesn't really matter.
No. Yeah.
I mean, honestly,
Well,
the
it
whole
doesn't matter to
Can
those
you
guys.
imagine if this was? Can you imagine if Argentina did not win today? The World Cup final would have been a third place game.
yeah. I mean, Lionel Messi wouldn't play in the third place. He wouldn't play.
Hmm.
He'd be like, I mean, I'm going home to rest. Like, like, no, I'm not playing.
Now,
Um,
if France ends up losing this game and finishing fourth, I mean, everything that France thought they had going for them, I mean,
but the difference between third and fourth, what's the
I
difference?
know it's not much, but like it's, you're not gonna, it's like in the Olympics, if you get fourth place, you don't get a medal. You don't
Yeah,
get the gold, you don't get the bronze
yeah,
medal.
no, and that's a fair analogy. Um, but the thing is, these guys will also realize that they're probably about a month away from reporting to training camp.
Right.
And because they get like 3 weeks off, I think, or like just under a month, I think. You
Ooh.
know,
So, so we're basic. So this game is basically the ends of their benches.
And also the MLS season has to resume. Yeah, they're
yeah,
in the
that's
pause. We're in a pause of the MLS season.
July 16th, I
July
think.
16th it resumes, and that's going to be Montreal, CF Montreal, and Toronto FC. So eventually, when this is over, Messi's probably going to have to go back and play for Inter
Yeah.
Miami.
So, like, well, I mean, look, he obviously playing through the final. He's going to they'll give him time.
Yeah.
But, like, when you talk about the players on France and England, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bayern Munich, you've got Harry Kane, Michael Elise, um, those two specifically, right? They're. I'd be shocked if they played, in the third and fourth place match. I'd be shocked.
Yeah.
Real Madrid has a new manager in, my God, by God, one of the greatest content creators of all time, in Jose Mourinho. Uh,
Mm,
Kylian Mbappe is gonna want to be healthy and fresh
of course.
for a new season at Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Um, you just go up and down like the lineup. We saw William Saliba,
Mm-hmm.
a Premier League winner, you know, this season. Declan Rice, Premier League winner this season. Bukayo Saka, Premier League winner this
Mm-hmm.
season. They're all dinged up. They're all banged up. So I think, and we already know that Didier Deschamps, who is the manager of France, this is it. He's done. Zinedine Zidane will take over as the new manager of France.
That
That's
could be
that's
good. That could be
that's
very
already
good.
that's already like that's done and dusted. Jurgen Klopp's going to take over as the new manager of Germany. But the point is, they're not going to. They're like, look, we're not getting. If this is the World Cup final, you play your best. You play your guys, even if they're a little bit dinged up. But for third place, I just don't see it. I think they're gonna let the guys who didn't get a lot of playing time
Yeah,
during the tournament go
that's
out.
fair.
Like as an example, like a guy like Ryan Cherky, who plays for France, plays for Manchester City. He's going to get a run.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, you know, guys like well, Anthony Gordon started today, so I can't say he
Yeah.
hasn't got, but he'll play. Ivan Tony will play This is just my guess.
We're giving them all exposure, but I think also I would still think some of the star players they don't want to have their World Cup end because of what happened in the last game. Maybe they want to play this game to kind of
Yeah,
move on from it.
it's hard to say though because the Premier League or not no European soccer has especially with Champions League or whether it's the Europa League, the Champions League, or the Conference League, whatever they play like it's it's an insane amount of matches per season. It's roughly 60 matches a year between domestic cups, the leagues that they play in, whether it's England, Spain, Germany, France, uh, Italy, whatever. Um, and then you play in one of the Europeans, whether it's the Champions League, the Europa League, or the Conference League. It's a lot, man. These guys, like their legs, they're gassed, man. Because we saw it last season, like as Liverpool fans. Like Liverpool played, a ton of matches, and the players came into into training camp, and they were leggy. Like you could see that, like they just they were exhausted, you know. So I don't think I certainly don't think on France's side.
Mm.
I don't think Deschamps will really push for it. He's leaving anyway, so does he care? He's gonna leave with he won a World Cup. That's all that matters. He won a World Cup,
Yeah,
uh, and then he got to a semifinal. So I
fair
think
enough.
he'll be fine.
All right.
Uh, and lost a fight as
Mm-hmm.
well. So I don't think I just don't see much. Um, I don't see much to play for. I mean,
Fair enough.
on paper it looks like a great match, but I don't see it
Yeah.
being a traditionally great match.
So now let's move
Well,
ahead
true.
to the
But my
final. Oh,
question
yeah, go
is,
ahead. Yeah.
if you're looking at those rosters and you were to lay some money down, where would you throw it?
Uh, I probably still on France. I mean, there's enough players who really didn't get much run because they were playing their best players. They played their best players in the last match of the group stage against I'm trying to remember who it was, where they didn't play any of their best players because France had already won the group and France rolled out. Mbappe, Elise, Dembele, Barcola, uh, and Due. Because I think they like interchanged the two of them during the course of the match. Um, they have enough depth where I would still go with France.
All right. And that brings me now. The third place game will be 5 o'clock on Saturday in Miami, Florida. Now we go to Sunday. MetLife, the championship, Spain, Argentina. Who do you have winning this game? Who comes out on top?
Oh my gosh. Um, this is a really hard one.
It's a tough one. I know this is a tough one. I mean, you love the way Argentina's played, very scrappy, coming from behind multiple times. But Spain is a very
They've been
disciplined team. They play very
They
focused
gave
soccer.
up one
Goal this entire
goal
cup.
this entire effing tournament.
Yes.
I thought it was two.
Mm,
One.
they gave up the one goal against Belgium. That I know.
That's the
That's
only
all
one
I
I
remember.
told.
That's all I've seen. They had a
The
scoreless
tie
tie.
against Verde was 0-0.
Yep. Yep. Spain has surrendered one goal in 7 matches in the World Cup.
Okay. I thought it
Just
was
one.
two. I thought I
No,
heard two.
nope.
Uh,
It's only one.
yeah.
That's
Uh,
why I was so sure that that
Yep.
small little country was not gonna get blown away.
Yeah. Basically, you have to score against Spain and score first. If you don't, Spain wins. That's pretty much it when you play the Spaniards. They're very tough in that regard.
yeah. Yeah. I mean, look, I mean, picking against Argentina right now is like a roll of the dice because they've just been so resilient.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm sure there were England fans at like I guess the 84th minute that were like, we're like 8 minutes away or 9 minutes away
Yep.
from going to a final
Mm-hmm.
and conceivably watching.
Yeah.
And they didn't even get to extra time. Like, where, like,
Yeah.
okay, it's 1-1. All right, we'll go to extra time.
Yeah. Well,
Like,
Argentina just kept pressing. They just kept coming. They didn't
yeah.
stop.
Um, but Spain obviously has been spectacular defensively. Um, I would say the one thing that comes to mind immediately is that if there's a player on earth who knows and by the way could have played for Spain is Lionel Messi because he went to Spain when I think he was like 12 or 13
Mm-hmm.
and he could have uh registered himself as uh, the a Spaniard
Mm-hmm.
and played for Spain, but he decided to stick with his home country.
Mm.
But he certainly knows how a lot of the players on Spain will play, like because he's played against them so many times or played with them,
But
whether it's Pedri, Gavi, Olazabal.
Olazabal's their captain. Yeah, and then you have Lamine
Yeah,
Yamal,
yeah,
the
yeah.
youngster.
And I'm sure he's seen plenty of him. They obviously didn't play together, but I'm sure he's watched plenty of them. So he'll be very comfortable with how Spain plays in
Mm.
terms of like how they defend, how they want to go forward. Um, they're going to probably man mark him, would be my guess, because I think that's smart.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, yeah, I think you'd be crazy not to, um, because I don't think without Messi, Spain, sorry, Argentina can do a whole lot like without him.
The last
Because he,
couple of games, they didn't need Messi to score. He got assists,
well,
but
but he
they scored
assists.
without him.
Yeah, but that's the thing. He's a creator. He's always been. That's the difference between him and like there was always that Messi or Ronaldo argument.
Mm.
But that's the difference. Ronaldo never created for other people like
Mm.
Messi does. Like it's inherently in Messi just to like create goals, whether he does it himself or he gets the ball to somebody else.
Mm.
And that is what makes him, in my opinion, the best player I've
Yeah.
ever. You know, so I think, I think it, I it's very close. I don't have a great pulse on it. I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go I'm gonna go with Argentina in this.
Mm.
I just think they're battle tested. I think Spain's really good. I know that they haven't lost in 37 matches.
Yep.
I know they don't concede a lot of goals, but
You think Argentina's gonna break one? You think
until I'm
Argentina's gonna break through? You think they're
until
gonna score some?
I think until I'm proven wrong by Messi, I'm always going to go with
Of
Messi.
course.
Yeah,
Understand.
yeah,
I have a different opinion, and it's sad because I don't think it's anything Messi's gonna do wrong. I just think it's everything Spain's gonna do right. Argentina won the last World Cup. The last really big time tournament that was played was the Euros. Spain won that. This is a weaker Spain team because they don't score as much as the team that won the Euros. However, it does not seem to matter. Top to bottom, roster wise, everything that I've looked at for this game, everything that I've watched film wise, everything that I've seen in this tournament suggests Spain is the better team.
Mm.
The problem is, I mean, you're right, it's so damn hard to call
Mm.
because I could see Argentina pressing, but I could also see Spain trying to score again after goal one, knowing who they're playing against.
Mm, very
I
true.
could see Spain not immediately going into the shell and just playing defense the rest of the night after scoring goal one. They know they're going to have to keep the engine revved up.
Mm,
So that might be where Argentina could, pick Spain off. So that's why
yeah,
this is really very much a
it's tough.
50-50
It's
shot.
really tough.
But you have to go in a way with the team that won the last championship and the team that's playing better in this tournament.
Mm,
That's Spain. So
yeah, you're going. You're
that's
going
where I'm
with.
going.
You're going
And
with Spain.
Spain knocked out the favorites to win this
Yeah,
tournament at this point. So
and I'm sure they'll use a similar blueprint to take out Messi that they did Mbappe. And Mbappe is a younger, faster player. That's the scary thing about it is they took out a faster and a younger player in Mbappe, and they're going to be
he's not as
facing off.
smart as Messi though. Messi's a point guard. Like think of Messi as like Steph Curry on steroids
Well, Messi
in
at his age
soccer
now,
terms.
he knows when he has to pick his spot, and when he sees an opening, he's going to take it. Mbappe hasn't learned that yet. He's 27 years old. Let's be fair with that.
The
And
the th-
that's
the thing about Messi is he looks at the football pitch like a chess master looks at a chessboard.
Hmm.
mm-hmm.
Like he knows just how to. He watches to see how the pieces move around the board,
Yep.
and he waits for you to make a mistake, and then you make a mistake, and he pounces. It's insane because
It's like
one of my favorite things is watching isolated video of Messi standing there, just standing around on the pitch, and you're like, oh, that is so lazy. Like he's not doing anything. No,
no.
he's like a general, like
Yeah,
in the military, surveying the battlefield.
right.
And like, I'm gonna flank to the right now. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut through this channel here on the left. Like he moves pieces around. Like I've never seen anybody as smart at what they do on an athletic field than Lionel Messi.
And on the second goal Argentina scored, Messi drew about three people to him, and
Yes.
that left the top of the and that left the top wide open.
Yep. It
And
was
the more I think about it, Matt, you brought up a very great point. Messi could have played for Spain if he wanted to.
Mhm.
I'm sure he wants to go out winning a World Cup, and I'm sure
This is his last
a
one. This is
silly
going to be it for him
thing.
after this. This is the last World Cup you're probably going to see Messi play. This is it.
I'm sure a silly little thing like national pride would not prevent him from being a player that would win the World Cup two times in a row before retiring, or being the first player to win a World Cup two times in a row for two different countries before retiring. I'm
well
sure
one
he would have
only,
loved that individual mark too.
only one country, Argentina.
Well, no, if he would have chose to play for Spain
Oh,
and
oh,
Spain
that
ends up in this position right
Yeah.
now against Argentina defending champion,
but he couldn't play for
for
both.
example.
Yep.
Once you commit and you play at senior level, you're committed to that country.
No,
Like
yes, I understand. What I'm
well,
trying to get at is if imagine they were in this is the situation. Argentina versus Spain. Messi's playing for Spain this
oh yeah,
time around
Yeah.
instead of Argentina.
yeah,
Messi completely understood what the situation could have been and understood that he could have been playing against Argentina.
Yeah. Very
yeah,
possible. Yeah. Could have been
yeah.
very much the
Well,
case.
but
Still chose.
you have to remember he had just a massive appreciation, not only for Argentina, but for Diego Maradona. That's why he wears the number 10. I mean that Maradona obviously walked on water in Argentina. I mean, goes without saying, and considered by some to be one of the greatest players ever. So
Mhm.
that was a big part of why Messi wanted to win with Argentina. He actually, if I don't want to go back too far in the history machine, he actually retired from the Argentine uh, national team because he was facing such criticism for them not winning under him, as their best player. This is like in his prime kind of thing. He was probably 32, maybe 30 or 32, somewhere in that range. And he got drawn back into it, and then obviously they ended up winning, beating France in probably the greatest World Cup final of all time. I mean, that match was just insane. But he had felt the pressure of it, of how important it was. If he wins back to back World Cup championships, that is that.
Yeah, he's
Okay,
just he's
first
the
of all,
greatest of all time.
Oh, without a doubt.
well, Pele, but
That ends all of it.
Well, there was a time, and I'm going to also pick my winner for this at the as well. There was a time Messi almost.
I still call Spain. I have
that's
to
fine.
because of all the reasons I said before.
Yeah.
As much as I want to romanticize the one player, a player does not defeat a team who you have to just. I have to look at this intelligently,
Yeah, no, I
and from what
understand.
I've seen and watched, Spain.
Yeah, so you have Spain, Matt has Argentina. Before I even get into who I want, there was a time where Messi was almost not going to play. 10 years old, growth hormone deficiency. He suffered at 10 years old. He had growth hormone deficiency at 10 years old. Very likely his future as a player was threatened all the way back then. Can you imagine where would
yeah,
he be?
they definitely put him on growth hormone. That goes without saying. They've talked about this. They definitely did. Now he needed it, so I don't think it's a bad. I forget about soccer. Just as a young man, they've not been shy about saying that he got growth hormone.
Yeah, and then
he signed his first contract on a bar napkin.
He signed his first contract where?
On a bar napkin. I'm not even joking. It's locked in.
Yeah.
Safe.
Yeah, here it is. Yeah. An ultimatum was issued for Barcelona December 14th to prove their commitment, and Carlos Rexach, I hope I'm pronouncing that name, with no other paper at hand, wrote a contract on a paper napkin.
Yeah. It's locked in a safe in a glass case in Barcelona's offices.
Yep.
Wow.
It just, look, it's what could have been. Just going back to your story, what could have been had he joined Barcelona.
Well, he did join Barcelona.
He did.
Oh, he did.
That's
had he
the contract.
declared his nationality as Spanish as opposed to Argentinian.
Yeah, if he declared his nationality as Spanish as opposed to Argentinian, and he played in the World Cup for Spain and won the World Cup as a Spaniard, he probably would have been the first. I think he would be the first player in the history of World Cup soccer to win the World Cup for two different teams back to back.
He eventually got a very ringing endorsement that he would one day become one of the greatest players, then another great. You might have heard of him. His name was Ronaldinho.
Yeah, he sure did.
Yes, he trained on the senior squad with Barcelona back at 16 years old.
Yeah.
And even Ronaldinho saw how good of a player Messi was going to become. Said he would become an even better player than himself.
Yeah.
And that developed a friendship between him and Ronaldinho over all those years. And that was the beginning for Messi.
Ronaldinho was as much fun to watch as any player.
He was just a magician with the ball. A magician.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Better than any player I'd ever seen.
So much fun. So much fun to watch.
Man, it's amazing. So now when you fast forward to who wins this game, Spain is already, Spain kind of did a little talking after they won their game, saying, best in the world, according to their coach, Mr. Fuente. I believe we want to, if I'm getting that coach's name correct, I believe it is, Fuente was the head coach of Spain. Luis de la Fuente. He's already been kind of have that feeling unbeatable. Hails they're the best team in the world after they took France out. And I'm sure Argentina is going to be looking at that. I'm sure they probably have been watching that. And
Oh,
now they're
why
going to
did you
look at
do
each
that?
other and say, guys, Spain sealed their own doom. They
Oh
sealed
God,
their
why
fate.
would you say that?
They sealed their fate. And of course, who better that's going to call the game on the Telemundo network than the man from Argentina who's been calling soccer in the FIFA World Cup for all these years. He started calling it just weeks ago, of course. Andres Cantor will be on the call for the finals on Telemundo, calling this FIFA World Cup final. And you remember how emotional Cantor was when Argentina won 4 years ago, being both of them are from there. It's only fitting. I'm telling you, Argentina is going to have everything that they feel they have coming for them in this game, and Messi obviously wants to go out on a very high note to call it a great career in soccer, no doubt about it. I think Argentina is going to find a way. They've been doing it all tournament long. They've been coming back late. I think Argentina is going to find a way to win this, and I think they will do it in the same way of breaking the opponent's heart, like they've done to all the other teams they've played throughout the course of the World Cup.
I
So there's
think
your tiebreak vote. It's 2-1 in favor of Argentina.
I think they also see too that there's a legacy aspect because
Of course.
I think Pele may have won back-to-back World Cups.
The last team that won
Brazil,
back-to-back World Cups was 1962. That's the
yeah,
last time that we had
that was
repeat World
Brazil.
Cup. And we're going to take a look just to double check. And the answer is, yep, 1958, 1962, Pele, back-to-back World Cups with Brazil.
Yeah, yeah. I thought because his resume is ridiculous. I think that this Argentine side that can kind of see that like boys were 90 minutes away from immortality.
Mm.
But we win back-to-back World Cups for a country that was so thirsty for it. Maradona won, I think it was 86 was the
Mm.
last time. And prior to when they won in 2022. Um, that was the burden Messi carried
Yeah.
was you didn't win the World Cup and you haven't won the World Cup, so to speak.
Yeah.
Um, he's got an opportunity now to be the captain of back-to-back World Cup champions. He does this, I mean, it just goes down in history in a different kind of way. Where so like
Best player in the modern era.
I yeah, without
Best
question. And look,
ever, probably.
You
yeah,
know,
I mean,
as
it's
crazy as and this is kind of interesting. I just read this, and as much as I know Messi looked up to Maradona, Maradona and Messi, Maradona had a very complex relationship with Messi. While he did acknowledge him as one of the best, he criticized things with Messi, his leadership style, lack of fiery on pitch passion, and
yeah. Well, cocaine is a hell of a drug.
cocaine.
Mm,
Huh?
You know,
yep.
just if you ever want to, there's a HBO documentary about Maradona. Um, there was a lot of cocaine involved. Let's just put it that way. I mean, a lot of cocaine involved. Not a little.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot.
Look, Maradona spoke very highly of Messi's talent. You said it. Loves how he plays. He wouldn't even want to play against him. He admitted it himself back in those years. And then but then then he criticized his leadership. And this is a quote he said in 2018. It was useless to make a leader out of a man who goes to the toilet 20 times before a game. Pre-match nerves, I guess, that Messi, does before a match. I don't know. I mean, Josh Allen, you remember the thing we said about Josh Allen? He used to throw up before he starts games, right? I
I, I,
mean,
I think
Uh,
I
I think Maradona was confusing Messi with himself.
I think a big part of that.
Except Maradona used to spend like eight. It wasn't 20 times before the game. It was one time for 8 hours with one person.
look, Maradona had his opinions, but he respected Messi, and he would protect him. He would protect him if other people attacked Messi. So he did have Messi's back.
Yeah, the
He
thing
did.
with Maradona was he had the World Cup, like he had that chip, Like I can always like cash that in. Like with Argentina, like I won a World Cup. And at that time, 2018, Messi hadn't won one yet.
Yeah.
Um,
And sadly, Maradona passed before
yeah,
he could see Messi win the cup.
but 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 I think Maradona was very jealous of Messi's club career. He had been at Barcelona; it didn't work out.
Mm.
He ends up leaving and going to Napoli. Now he wins Serie A in Italy, which was at the time probably the biggest league in the world. Um, if not the biggest, it was certainly close. It was probably between Spain and Italy. They were like probably the two biggest at the time. And
My grandfather loved him.
yeah. Oh,
Mm.
I
My
mean,
grandfather was a huge fan. Listening to him, my grandfather told me, "Oh, this guy talking about him."
listen,
Of Maradona. Yeah.
Yep,
he's an adopted son of Naples. I mean that
yep.
goes saying because my friend, his family is from there, and they're like, other than Jesus, it's Diego Maradona. Like,
Yep. It's
but
Maradona Baggio. It's Jesus Maradona Baggio.
yeah, but
Mm.
he in Spain he didn't have the success that they thought. Like, that at the time, Barcelona and Real Madrid, that was like the world kind of thing,
Mm.
and he didn't have the success that they hoped for at Barcelona. And so when he went to Napoli, it was a new start. They won. It was huge. But he ends up leaving Napoli under a cloud. And I think he resented a bit of how much success Messi had at Barcelona, where even with a club that had Johan Cruyff, who is considered one of the greatest players of all time, Messi is still considered better than even him.
Mm.
Figo better than him.
Mm.
Better than every legend you could put out there. Um, it's is Lionel Messi. So I think there was a little bit of like resentment
Mm.
from Maradona, where he respected him, but begrudgingly. I think a little bit.
Yeah.
That
Well,
he didn't want to acknowledge how great he was completely because that would sort of take the shine off of him a little bit.
for
By the
certain.
It's
way,
like Isaiah. It's like Isaiah towards Michael in a way.
a
Mm.
little bit, yeah. I mean, yeah, that's fair. I mean, they didn't play on the same team though, like because he did. They both did play for Barcelona, like that kind of thing, and they're both from the same,
Mm.
international country. Where I mean, don't get me wrong, Michael and Isaiah were rivals. I mean, Michael didn't let Isaiah play on the dream team.
Yep.
MJ was the one who's like, Isaiah's not playing on this team.
Yep.
Even if that was a bad decision from a talent perspective, he's like, no, fuck that guy.
Yeah. Well, by Sunday, Messi could have the chance to write his own legacy, define his
It's
own, write his own
it's,
destiny.
it's crazy if he
Or
does.
Spain could play the biggest spoiler in the history of the world.
Well, I mean,
It's possible.
it's not like Spain
It's
hasn't won the
extremely
World
possible.
Cup. It's not like Spain hasn't won the World Cup before.
I think they've only won one though. I mean, now they had a great run. They
No.
won back-to-back Euros
Yeah.
and a World Cup in between.
Spain won the World Cup last
Yeah.
time in 2010.
Yeah, and then in 2008 they won the Euros, and then in 2012 they won the Euros,
Yeah.
if I remember correctly.
So
Yeah.
this is not unfamiliar turf for Spain. So I wouldn't be shocked
Yeah,
if they can surprise people. But this is Argentina. I do like the ability, the way they play, and they will keep coming at you, and that's what Spain is going to have a big. That's going to be a big deal for Spain. They have to be able to stay with them for a full 90 minutes.
they can't fall behind early.
Oh
That's for
no, they fall behind, it
No.
could be over for Spain.
They can't fall behind. That's the thing. They have to score first.
Yep.
yeah.
If
They're not a team that is particularly good at playing uh, on the counter. Like all right, we'll bounce back and get into this. They have to be front foot early. and they're capable of locking it down. That
Yep.
goes without saying.
Well,
Argentina is just going to give you 90 minutes of hell.
100%. Well,
Yeah.
we're going to find out all those answers on Sunday, 3 o'clock at MetLife, New York, New Jersey Stadium. We'll call
Or
it
at
Snoopy Park.
Snoopy Stadium.
Snoopy
Snoopy.
Park.
Yeah.
All right.
How
Matt O
about,
Boyle.
how about if we just want to go really old? How about we just call it Giant Stadium again?
There we go.
Why not?
I
Matt O
agree with
Boyle.
that.
Matt O,
Let's just go old school. Call it Giant Stadium. We
very
can call
much
the
so.
building next to it Brendan Byrne Arena.
Well, I would call it Snoopy Stadium, but I really don't want to call anything SS in the current climate we're in right now. So
Yeah.
Snoopy Park, I think sounds a lot better.
Okay. Well, Matt O
That's
Boyle.
why I was saying Snoopy Park.
Matt O Boyle, former host, New Yorker Sports Rant, Mighty Sports Express podcast, and our man for all FIFA and all soccer over these last number of weeks. Thank you so much for joining us, and best of luck to both these teams in the final. We'll be talking who wins, who won it all when we see each other next week.
Thanks, fellas. I appreciate you having me on.
Always, man. Always a pleasure having you.
Great to have you. And anytime there's soccer, there is going to be Matt O Boyle on Downtown Sports. And we want to thank everybody out there for listening, all of our new people all around the world who have been following us for World Cup. And hell, if MLS is something that wets your guys' whistle, let us know in the comments. We'll cover it more. You want it?
Well,
we're giving it to you.
And we're giving soccer the respect and notoriety it deserves as we're getting to this latter end of the World Cup.
And don't forget, man, we're a heartbeat away from the English Premier League.
We are. Yes, we are.
Oh, yeah. No, we'll get that.
I can honestly probably say this has been one of the better World Cups I've seen in years. This is probably the best one I've seen throughout over the last number of years.
It's been fun.
Without a doubt. Oh, without a doubt. You can listen
to
give
it to you. Buck waiting for you to get it on your own downtown, going to deliver it to you.
That's right. You can listen to Downtown Sports. We're on 24 different platforms. We're on Spotify for Creators, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, CastBox, Bullhorn, Podbay, Listen Notes, Podcast Addict, Verbal, Castro.fm, Stitcher, Amazon Music, Audible, Podvine, Podyssey, Odyssey, iHeartRadio, Podchaser, TuneIn, YouTube, and on TikTok. Episodes, rants, digital market battles, specials every week. We are Downtown Sports, and we are where sports come home.
Guys, we are 7 weeks away from the start of the NFL season.
My God. Crazy.
We are getting close to the end of the Major League Baseball season. Thank merciful God.
Thank merciful. Okay, baseball's the second half is beginning Friday. Okay, we're gonna see who the Mets probably get rid of, who they're just gonna blow the team up and start over. That's what the Mets are gonna be doing come the end of the year.
Yeah, from what I hear, you guys are asking me for Juan. You guys are asking me for Juan Soto.
We may not even have baseball after this year. A lockout is looming, ladies and gents.
That's why I said, why are we going to sell off assets at the trade deadline? I don't even want to sell off. Get everyone at this damn point. Get everyone and try to win now. Baseball's probably not going to exist after this freaking year.
There've already been a lot of, there's been rumors, where they want to go with this, and I do not know. Again, I don't want to jump too far ahead. It's only July of 26, and
we're going to go back into the original conversations that started off this podcast years and years ago. Looming strikes, player negotiations, salary caps, cactus fruits, and Rob Manfred's still in charge.
Well,
so grateful to be a baseball gypsy.
No, actually, no. This is the one time you're not grateful to be a baseball gypsy.
No,
because
I'm not going to get upset about anything. Like, all right, play or don't play. I'll watch.
Baseball is our livelihoods in our.
Hold on.
I know, but I'll just watch Savannah Bananas. You know what I mean? Like
the Savannah Bananas. True. You're gonna watch fake entertainment baseball instead of The real hard-working baseball that our men go out there and play every single day.
No, you know what I'll do? You know what I'll do? I'll go watch the Atlantic League. I'll go find. We'll go. I'll go to a Long Island Duck game,
Well,
man.
the minor leagues usually at least make for more exciting baseball than the current product
No,
we're
that's not the
watching
minor
today.
leagues. That is an actual competing
Oh,
professional
semi-professional. Oh,
baseball league.
semi-professional. Okay.
That's not semi-professional. Look, Alex Ochoa was playing for the Long Island Ducks after he was done with the entire MLB system because they paid him more money than minor league baseball would.
Uh, well,
Hey man,
Well,
bananas, awesome. I don't care what anybody says. Hey, it's not
hell
great.
yeah,
That thing is fun to watch, man. I look.
definitely.
It's reinvigorated young people's love of the game that we all love.
I mean, it's
And
nothing more than choreographed version. It's choreographed
Well,
in,
yeah.
in fast
Listen, if
pace.
it's
really
Johnny,
court.
Johnny, if it gets kids to like baseball, then shut up. The average baseball fan is almost 50. If it gets kids to like baseball, then shut up. Do you want the game to exist?
We'll talk about this off the air. I'm just gonna leave my mouth. I'm gonna just let you guys run it out here, and I think I'll just stop right now while I'm ahead. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I think you're behind.
I think I better quit while I'm ahead with what my criticisms are with bananas and pajamas and yada yada.
GPS coagulate location of beast. We have to put him back in the cage now.
What? You left this beast out of the cage, and this beast ain't going back in the cage.
Matt, get the cage.
Oh man.
We'll see you next week.
Jonathan Perry at
Hopefully
Beast.
Hopefully we'll have some tranquilizers for this one.
Jonathan Perry at Beast saying goodbye and good night.
Maybe we need to have you discover what joy is again.
I know plenty of what joy is. Thank you very much.
Sure.
Okay. For all of us, Jonathan Perry and Beast saying goodbye and good night.